late. I hope you can hear and see me. Let me just turn comments on, sorry. You see when you're flustered, when you rush in. So I do apologise for being a little bit late today. Oh dear, I've just done the wrong thing. Hang on. I'm just trying to do the comments, my chat, super chat. Okay. I think that's it. I don't know. Top chat. Okay, so if you wouldn't mind, if you can see me, hear me, and everything's okay, just let me know. Sorry, I've got an itchy eye. Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Let me just adjust this. It's a bit dark. Is it dark for you, or is it just dark for me? Tell me if it's a bit dark, and I'll add extra lighting. Maybe it's the angle. Hang on, let me just try and re-angle this. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Might be better. Okay, so BlaXit family, BlaXit family, BlaXit family. I hope you can hear and see me. I'm Nyancho Kajabi, also known as Juliet, and I'm the founder of BlaXit. I should have closed the doors. I forgot about all the excessive noise from around the house. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Oh, Sarah Reed. Okay, so can you? It's dark. Okay, so just bear with me. I'm going to add extra lighting. It's better. Okay, I added extra lighting. Okay, so I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. Yes, I added extra lighting. Thank you for the feedback. I thought so as well. Black on Purpose Television Network, Bop TV. Hey, hey. You know, I love Bop. Bop Collective was one of the organizations that I founded back in the 90s, I think 1994 in the UK. I still have the email address. We made positive strides with Bop Collective. We released an album. Yeah, we had an organization, and Bop Collective was all about Black Operation Positive. It was about showing positive images of Black people. So we had advertising campaigns, and we worked with multinational and international companies to promote the Black image in a positive way. We had a lot of success. We had synchronization contracts as well with record companies. As well to promote Black artists in movies and films, their music, of course, positive music, not like some of the crap you listen to today. So I just got a bit distracted just seeing Bop TV. It brought me back in time. We had a contract actually with the time, I think it was the government body, which was the arts department, the arts network, if I remember rightly. What was it called again? It was so long ago I can't even remember. But yeah, we did well. We went on tour, so that's better. Black on Purpose, Black Network TV, Bop Collective said, and never a response, and I wanted to create jobs. Sorry, you've lost me there. Okay, so give me more information, please. Gambia Cambaroo says, hello. It's Juliet, by the way, Juliet, but you can call me Nyancho. Nyancho actually means warrior, and that's my Mandinka name, which I quite love. So, oh, you wanted to move to Gambia for years. I wish you would. I wish you would. So yeah, as you know, and I'm so glad that you said that, I'm broadcasting from the Gambia. Which is where I repatriated to. I left the UKKK and I came back to beautiful Africa to live for good. I came here first in 2011. And, you know, I haven't looked back since. It's been an amazing journey, So, okay, Nyancho Muso. So today's topic and today's show, as you know, I always have a burning topic. There's a couple things that I want to talk about that hit me in my inbox. Let's just say that. One of them was talking about, does Africa need foreign investment? And what type of investment and how do we need it? I have hit on this topic before, so it's something I'll probably do at the end of the show. I'm also going to talk about, can we stop slagging off Africa? Okay, and I'm talking about our own people. Yeah, I'm talking about our own people because I got hit in my inbox. Yeah, I got hit in my inbox hard about that. Where people have written to me saying, why are so many diasporans who move to Africa coming to Africa and then just going online and, you know, saying negative things and slagging off Africa, saying terrible things about Africa and, you know, doing terrible reports on Africa and then trying to compare the Africa to the West. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to kind of try and embrace that a bit today because obviously, as you know, over the years, I've had my attacks because of my outspokenness on the subject. But as you know, I love Africa. I love my existence in Africa. Since coming to Africa, my health has improved. My life has improved. You know, I've had my ups and downs, as you all know, especially those veterans, BlaXit veterans who I love, who've been following me for a long time. I want to send you big love. If you're new to the channel, I want to also welcome you and send you big love and say thank you for watching the channel. Please stay tuned and watch us. I have been doing lives. I haven't been making as many programs as I have previously, but a lot is in the mix. And it's because we had some issues. As you know, if you have been watching BlaXit, we had an issue with one of our directors who I hope is, you know, making a full and speedy recovery. Well, I shouldn't say I hope, he is actually. I shouldn't say I hope. Sounds like he is making a speedy and good recovery. So, yeah, we will be back on track, hopefully very soon. So I wanted to say hello to Gambia, Camberoo. I wanted to say hello to, is that Andinkia Isaac? Yeah, I hope I said your name right. Hello, everyone. And Black on Purpose Television Network, Bot TV said, are they lying though? Everyone can improve. INJ95595 says you're cute. That's so sweet. Do you know what? I think it's not about lying. I think there's a difference between lying. It's like me comparing America, okay, which has had 400 years of our, you know, ancestors, sufferation and free labor, okay, and contribution to their economy via that labor, as well as resources, for over 400 years of plunder and stealing and murder and debauchery, and then comparing it to another country. So I'm saying it's not a level playing field. So I'm saying what you're doing is unfair. It's not about lying, it's about being fair. The truth of the matter is, you know, some people live in LA that might be on this live. How many talk about Skid Row? You know, how many people talk about the negative aspects of where they live? It's not really done. But then when we go to Africa, it's like as though we have the impetus to do it. So I don't think it's about lying. You know, my parentage, let me explain, my background is that I came from, you know, a very Jamaican background. And, you know, one of the things that was, you know, that we were taught is if you don't have nothing good for say, don't say nothing at all. Yeah? If you don't have nothing good for say, yeah? Nobody say nothing at all. That's what my grandma used to say to me. So it kind of kept us in a positive mindset. And if you're not creating a solution, then, you know, if you can't contribute towards a solution, why focus in on the problem? And I think we need to be change makers. I think that's what's important. And so I wouldn't compare England to Africa. I wouldn't do it. But I would say my experience, my life experience, my life, my feelings, my emotions, and my body is better here. My mindset is better here. In terms of that comparison, I can talk. But in another way, you know, we can't, because you can't deprive a country, destroy a country, and then compare it to the country that's gained from depriving and destroying that country. Do you understand? It's like someone comes to your house and they rob everything out of your house, destroy your house, burn it down, and then they invite you to their house where they have all your stuff in it and have their beautiful built house, and then they say, compare. You know, come on now. You know, italists, big yourself up, yeah? Big yourself up, yeah? I am Italist as a veteran BlaXit subscriber from day one, so I always give him his big salute, yeah? We need a young leadership across all the board. You know what? You know, I think there is a level of mentorship that's needed, because I think with age also comes experience. So I don't disregard that, and I don't think it's an ageism situation. I'm not saying that we can't have new ideas, and I'm not saying that young people shouldn't be involved in the decision-making process. I think it needs to be a very equalized process. Do you see what I mean? But, you know, we're going into the area now of leadership. But leaderships in the villages, every village has its own leadership, has its own, and Carlo has its own VDC, Village Development Committee. Yeah, they have their own, also own council of elders, both male and female. Yeah, they also have their youth councils. So those things happen here, and I know because I've witnessed it, and I've been involved in a VDC myself, the VDC in Bussorah. So, you know, I can just talk with my own experience of being here. But what they are saying is that there are far too many people, diasporans, that take to the social media platforms and denigrate Africa. Okay? That is what the complaints were. That was filling my inbox this week, and yes, I answered. Do you want to know what I answered? Give me a yes if you'd like to know what I said. Okay, Black on Purpose said that the people of Gambia are good people and they are forced into a bad situation. Now, my question is this. Explain yourself. Can you explain yourself, please? Because I would like to know exactly who you're talking about, because I certainly can't tar all Gambians with the same experience. And in fact, I humiliated and embarrassed myself once, right, by making an assumption which was wrong. Yeah, I went to look at a piece of land. I'll tell you my humiliating story. I went to go and look at a piece of land, and this is why you should never judge a book by the cover, okay? I went to go and look at a piece of land. This is going back probably about 4 years ago now. Yeah, about 4 years ago now. And they said, oh, you know, we're going to meet the landowner on the land. Now, there was a man, a kind of elderly-ish man, and there was two other men that were dressed in suits, and, you know, there were two other men in traditional Gambian gear, and a rather scrappy old man, you know, who was, you know, we weren't able to communicate because he didn't speak English. But there was these other people that I had to be introduced to. Now, when I met the group, I automatically assumed that the two guys in the suits were the landowners, okay? And this was a vast piece of land, huge, I mean, worth so many millions. And I just assumed that, you know, how they looked was that they were the landowners. In fact, they weren't. They were the agents. The landowner was, in fact, this very down-dressed, you know, elderly gentleman. And, you know, I had a bit of egg on my face because I I made a wrong assumption based on, if you like, Western views that I have been conditioned to. And I admit that I have been conditioned to those views, but I made that mistake and I had egg on my face and I felt a bit ashamed. And I had to tell him that I really apologize. And if anyway, I was dismissive because I wasn't intending to, because I didn't realize that you were the owner of the land. I assumed that these guys were. And he laughed. When they translated what I said, he laughed. And he said that, in other words, just let's carry on. So you didn't say that. So, explain to me. So Black on Purpose says there are good and bad everywhere. I agree with that, totally. Black on Purpose says that you have some amazing land offers and I wish I could have purchased. Yes, we do. And okay, I'm just going to break subject for a second. And just to talk about them, we have actually acquired some more land in Gunjur. As you know, I'm really focusing on Gunjur because just to be straight, I had some people and they had bought, in one of the newer developments that are being built in Gunjur. And it wasn't what they were looking for in terms of size. It was a lot smaller than what they envisaged once they actually got here. So they were encouraging me to find land so people can go and build their own houses. So I teamed up with a really good architect, actually more than one, and they'll be working as a team anyway. So Ibrahima, and I have his details. He's a great architect, and he's the one that's been helping people to build their houses, to draw and build their houses. So get the land and then build your dream house. He's the one that does your BOQ. Your BOQ is your bill of quantity. He also does your drawings, your architectural drawings, etc. And your bill of quantity helps you to identify the price of the build, so you know what it is. And of course that has to stay relevant because prices change. Okay, so he can do all of that. So if you are interested, just drop me an email, info@blaxithome.com. Drop me an email at blaxithome.com. I'm sorry, but Cafe is making me laugh in the background. So okay, sorry about that. So also, I wanted to also, while I'm on this subject, is talk about the lands that are available. So there is one large piece of land, which is very rare to have. I'm not sure how long it's going to be there for, but it's 106 by 45 meters. Yeah, in Gunjur, and it's on the road that leads towards the road that goes towards the sea, and it is 1.5 kilometers from the sea, so it is within the TDA guidelines. There is also 4 more plots available at Mango Paradise, which is also in a great location, one road off of the highway straight, that's in Gunjur also. Yeah, and there are floor plots available, different sizes from 20 by 20 upwards to one larger plot. There's also one plot of land in Gunjur, which is great for development, which is actually off of the road where the new city is being built and the new eco development is being built. And I think that is 42 by 20 by 55 by 8. And that land is also now available for sale, and that will be great for some commercial apartments. I think I did a program on it, so I have had some interest in that. So if you are interested, hurry up and get involved in that process right now. There's also another piece of land which has come up just recently. I'm just waiting to go through all of the due diligence with regard to the paperwork, but it is owned by a BlaXit subscriber, so I'm just waiting for the other documents that I've requested to come to me. So once those are done, those lands are available. Is there any more that I can think of in Gunjur? No, I think that's it for now. And then also in Aneto Sion. So if you have been here before, where the Busra BlaXit Kabilo is, so the BlaXit Kabilo BlaXit is an area in Bussorah, which was named by the Alcalo. He gave us our own area, which has 565 plots in it. Now, the BlaXit Cabillo, and as you drive off of there, you come onto a main, like a big road. You come off of the highway onto a big road. Now, along that big road, we also have a piece of land which is available, which is 100 by 25. Now, part of that land is being saved for development, and part of it is for sale. Okay, so if you are interested, get in touch with us. info@blaxithome.com. That's info@blaxithome.com. Now, there are other areas that are also becoming available, so I will let you know, but I am only talking about repatriation plots. So let me explain repatriation plots. Repatriation plots are those plots which are cheaper than market value. We negotiate the price cheaper based on the fact that you're coming home to settle down and to build and to live. And a lot of people, I was so shocked when I went to Bussorah the other day. My goodness, I was so shocked with how much development is happening there in BlaXit Cabillo. I am so happy to see, you know, the shops, to see there's a beautiful lodge, there's houses being built. It is just amazing. And, you know, people have fenced their land, people are building. It's just totally awesome. So I'm so proud of you all. So BlaXit family that, you know, decided to go and do that. Well done, well done. I know some of you have been waiting for me to sign some papers for you. I will do that, okay, next week. It's just that I wanted to finish off a project, so I'll be back available next week. I wanted to focus on what I was doing, yeah. Okay, so I've missed a comment by Annalisa Gillespie. Lovely. Do you know what? I think I've read a book about Gillespie. I think about someone else. So big yourself up, Juliet. Annalisa, thank you. I will big myself up, and big yourself up too. Lots of love to everybody on the live. Lots of kisses from me. And remember, BlaXit is a love vibration frequency. That is a vibration. We are high vibration, high frequency channel. We do not deal with low vibration, anger, hatred, negativity, okay? We try and keep positive. There's enough of that out in the world. We don't need more of it. I'm sure if I was on that frequency, I would probably, you know, have 2 million subscribers by now. But because I try and keep it positive and I keep it real, I am where I am. I'm always asking for you to, of course, subscribe if you haven't already, because we are trying to make the channel grow, and we would appreciate any subscribers, any subscriptions that we could, you know, achieve. So we thank you for the thumbs up. If you could give us some more of those thumbs up, smash that like button, please. We would appreciate it. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. So, Lowski, let's have a look at Lowski. Hey, thanks for the good that you're doing. You're inspired a lot of young people like me, and I am forever grateful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The thing is that I have a better life here. I'm not going to lie. I just have a better life. And, you know, like some people, they evangelize, something good happens to them and they evangelize. Well, I'm evangelizing about Africa. I'm evangelizing because, you know, I know they say stress is a killer, but stress was terrible. When I was living in England, it was so hard. You know what it's like to wake up and know you don't have a mortgage? Do you know what it's like to wake up and know you don't have rent? You know you get the electricity from the sun. Do you know what I'm saying? I said I don't run the gen sometimes and I have to buy some fuel, but you know, it's nothing compared to what I was under, the stress that I was under by my one canister of gas, 3,500 Dalasi. You understand? Don't ask me for how many months. It's much cheaper than paying a gas bill like what I was paying. I'm just keeping it real. And it's not just that. Living among your own people does something to your confidence that you cannot describe. It does something to your soul. It does something to your spirit that I cannot describe. Eating fresh fruit does something to your body I cannot describe. It just makes you feel great. Yeah, so, you know, I want to say thank you, and to say that, look, I'm just showing you there's an alternative. You don't have to be stuck in the system, like, you know, and not have any alternative. You can have another plan. You can have another way out. You know, when I was growing up, it was just like, I know I'm slightly hitting off topic. Yes, I always do, right? So you just have to forgive me, right? My grandma was always talking about going back home, going back home, going back home. And that's all she worked for. All she worked for was to go back home. But then that became like something of the past. It became like, I don't know, but like second gen, it's like we got brainwashed into this, British Rose mentality. We have to be this British Rose and, stay in cold England with the wind and the rain, and we must be forced to drink reused water, and, we must until we can retire. And we must always be in debt, mustn't we? We must, subscribe to this lovely old slave trade that we're living in, always looking at the currency, which has to look like, the monarch, and support the monarch, regardless, and allow them to use their taxes, to pay off the old compensation for the old slave owners that, enslaved our ancestors. That's all the old British Rose mentalities. We've got to stay here. What alternative do we have? We just need to get, car or council house, or, try and get a vehicle, or at least a rave every weekend, and then we've got a life. And don't forget that you'll be entirely in debt. You'll be entirely in debt. Loving that debt. Yeah, waking up every morning, waiting for another brown envelope on the new floor to come through. Oh, what's that? Oh dear, is that congestion charge, speeding ticket? Oh no, it's the increased council tax once again. Don't forget your increased VAT, and of course you've got Ulysses and all these other systems that they have now, of course congestion charging. Everything that they want, darling. It's an absolute wonderful life. What we do is we just keep you in debt, darling. We just keep you in debt so you can't do anything, go anywhere, and you're forever our slave. That's what we want. Work 24 hours a day if you like. And we'll always make sure that, of course, you've got access to education, which, of course, you have to pay through the nose for. And just as long as we can put up that old glass ceiling so you stay in your place, you'll never be old money, and you'll never be in the old boys network, and you'll never be one of us. So, just go over there and be a happy slave. And we get stuck in that mentality. Sorry about that, my little play. But we get stuck in that mentality. And I, even I was suckered for a while. Like I explained to you, I got stuck in the whole materialism because I was compensating for being unhappy. I was compensating. So even though I was traveling to different countries, having different experiences, I didn't belong. I just didn't fit. I didn't feel it. Was like I knew I was in the wrong place. I knew I was living among the wrong people. And I certainly knew I was in the wrong environment for me personally. And I didn't feel at ease. I felt very, very uncomfortable. And I didn't feel welcomed. So, that was like, so some of us, we get stuck in that, and then we end up buying these cars, getting into debt, more debt, more debt, more debt, more debt, more debt, more debt, until, of course, we die with debt. And then, then we leave our, our children to go and bury us, and they have to go and sell the little house that we might have been able to get. They have to go and then give it to the council to pay for our upkeep. So, in fact, we leave them with nothing. And so we've worked our whole lives for what? Nothing. So, at least here I can leave legacy. And I do encourage you to have legacy. All this foreign investment, I said so I will leave foreign investment till the end of the show. But all these foreign investors they're coming and they're taking, what is rightfully us, our Africans. We're Africans. It's rightfully ours. And they've been doing this for centuries, and they're still doing it. So the way to stop someone else from owning it is for us to own it, us Africans to own it. Hang on, sorry. Okay, let me just go back. Black on Purpose said, Black on Purpose Television Network, that's BOP, TV, says, when I go to Africa, I don't complain about anything. I'm not expecting to live like I'm at a 5-star hotel. I grab a bucket and a bath and I have no problem at all. Okay, that's lovely. I have an ensuite bathroom, which has both a bath and a shower in it. And my shower has 5 options. Yes. I don't think that you have to come here and think that you have to slum it. Let me make that very clear. I'm not telling you that you have to come here and you have to slum it. No, you don't. My son has an ensuite bathroom. You know, the other bedrooms have ensuite bathroom. So why do you have to? You know, I don't want to give people the impression that, you know, you're coming to Africa, so you're gonna, you know, go to a hotel where they're gonna give you a bucket and a soap. Far from it. There's some beautiful hotels here with swim up swimming pools and luxury bathrooms and luxury rooms. I'm also not saying that, you know, there aren't places in the village where, you know, you go behind a zinc and, wee and wash. I've done that too. Yeah, I've done both and loved both experiences. You know, I remember when I was in Sierra Leone. You know, I went to on this experience, and at the end of the experience, like I was like, "Oh, excuse me, where's the bathroom?" And I tried to go behind the thing, and it was me and lots of other lovely ladies from North Carolina, and like we were all there queuing up. We didn't care as long as we could use a toilet. And I think, you know, it's about understanding, you know, that when you're in a more rural location, you have different facilities, you know, but at the same time, I can go to Tropicana. I think I made a short, one of BlaXit shorts. And it was because someone asked me about toilets in Africa. I couldn't believe it. So I thought, you know, while I went shopping, at Tropicana, I went to the shopping mall and I thought, you know, let me show you the toilets are the same as you would get in any shopping mall. So, you know, I did that just to make a comparison. Okay, so pros positive. Greetings, pros positive. Have you been here before? Because you look new to me, but welcome anyway. Yeah. Is there likely to be congestion in this area where Taft City is built? I understand the city is bigger than Banjul. Okay, so that city is still under construction, I hasten to add. And, you know, I have had clients who have bought houses there. You know, I have had clients who have bought houses there. And, you know, there are still, you know, I think lots of things that are developing there. And there are lots of things that need to be ironed out there as well. And I think a lot of things, because I did have some complaints from clients, to be honest with you, who purchased houses there. So I haven't been very forthright with the promotion, if you noticed. Okay, I haven't been very forthright with the promotion. And if I had an option between buying a house in Taft City or buying my land and building my house, I would buy my land and build my house in Gunjur instead, definitely, hands down, rather than build a house in Taft City. But that's like, you know, with hindsight, you get knowledge. Do you understand? And now houses are built and so on, and I've seen how it is and so on. I would definitely recommend instead, you know, this is my personal recommendation, by the way, okay? I think it's better to go and buy your land and build your house and have the house of your own design, the house in your own location. I think that's a far better option. And that is one that I would recommend based on personal experience that I've had through my clients. In fact, it's funny because it's something that was a matter of discussion not too long ago. In fact, not too long ago, it was a matter of discussion. So I think there are, you know, teething issues that, you know, can be ironed out there, that need to be ironed out there. And I think that they really need to listen to their clients. They need to listen to their clients and what their clients are suggesting and what their clients are complaining about. I think that will make life very much better for them. So that's what I'm saying. But if I personally had the option between Taft City or buying and having my land in Gunjur and building my own house, I would have my own land in Gunjur and build my own house. And of course, if I wanted to use the facilities once they become available, as you know, that is a very long-term project over many, many years. So, you know, I think they said in total the project was going to be done in like 20 years. So it is a long-term project. So myself personally, my choice is definitely to buy your land in Gunjur. Yeah, land in Gunjur is getting hard to get, it's scarce. I'm not going to pretend that that's not the case. And I'm not going to pretend that, you know, all of the development isn't pushing up the prices. Of course it is. But it doesn't mean that we still can't negotiate for repatriation lands, which we still are doing. That's why I was able to bring you more today, more options today, 2 more options. So yes, please don't give up. So far as the construction is concerned and the congestion in that area, I think that's down to their planning department to have thought about, really. And I think there's a lot of things that, you know, I don't know if they're well thought out. Let me put it that way. I don't know. I don't know if it's well thought out, but I know what my solution is. Okay, so there could very well be congestion, who knows. Black on Purpose Television Network, Bob TV, said these new leaders are doing things that the existing ones never thought of, and you may know why. I'm glad that some leaders are emulating the young ones. Do you know what? I've got to tell you this, yeah? There's so many, I mean, the system that we work under is a Eurocentric system anyway. So I think that there are so many things that we can each teach one another. The young to the old and the old to the young, because the young are just coming through and, you know, with new ideas, new concepts. And I think there are old systems which have been timeless, which have worked very effectively and also should be employed. So I think there's wisdom, you know, that can be shared as well. So I think it should be a combination, personally. So I'm just saying that. I'm just going through your comments. Yeah. You have been committed. Thank you so much. Andy Anderson, welcome to BlaXit. Thank you for commenting. Much love from Seattle, Emerald City, Washington. Wow. Okay. Look at that. How you doing? Welcome, and thanks for letting us know where you're from. What comments do you have for BlaXit? Today we're just talking about, you know, that I had so much on my inbox, and about, you know, a lot of diasporans going onto social media and using it as a platform to degenerate Africa. And when I say Africa, I'm talking about individual countries. It could be Gambia, it could be Ghana, it could be anywhere, but, you know, a lot of negativity has been broadcast as opposed to positivity. Now that doesn't take away, of course, from people that have done really positive things and have been going around showing positive aspects of Africa. Woda Maya, who of course I'm his protege, and Adina Stamir. There are so many others that have been, you know, showing Africa in such a positive light, and all of the various countries in Africa. So Golden Grove asked, it's in an area, it used to be a village, but now it's not a village. It's almost, it won't be a town anymore, because to have a town have a city being built in it, it must become a city itself, I guess. So yes, Gunjur. It's in an area called Gunjur, which is beautiful. I must admit, I do love Bussorah. I'm not going to lie to anybody, but outside of Bussorah, regarding a coastal area, I do love Gunjur, and I do actually have land in Gunjur. And I've also recommended for, you know, other people that I know to own land in Gunjur. And the people that was first in with BlaXit were very fortunate, very fortunate indeed to get affordable land, very affordable land in Gunjur. The price of land in Gunjur, because compared to what they paid for it at the time when they got it through BlaXit, it is through the roof now compared to then. So we still have earmarked some low price pieces, so don't panic, okay? We'll still earmark some price pieces, but I have heard through the grapevine that certain places and certain developments, not going to call any names, are selling like square meters at $50 a square meter. But of course we are not, okay? So don't panic, do not panic, do not panic. More like certain areas for us have been 500 lassies, which is far, far cheaper, okay? So yeah, that's in Gunjur. Gunjur is beautiful, it's a coastal village. Well, no, it's not a village anymore, sorry, let's call it a town, because it's in between while the city's being built. And it's after Sanyang. So if you were coming from Turntable, it's that straight road that takes you from Turntable through Fabulous, through Brufut, through Tangi, through Chizhurang, all the way through Sanyang, through, what should you call that place again? Beginning with B, I've forgotten. But anyway, all the way through, and that leads you straight to Gunjur. Or you can go up the Jarban Highway, and you can also go that way also and join through Sanyang. So yeah, it's a nice place. So Andy Anderson said, you and Modamaya go back, go black, and Ashley in Africa are changing lives. Thank you, fam. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like I said, I try to, you know, be as honest as possible, and I try to keep you informed. So just a couple tips for anyone who has bought their land. Yeah, we are having fencing contracts now, which we can do. So before we were kind of really busy with fencing contracts, but we are trying to now complete all of the fencing contracts that we have to start some new ones. So if you want to be in the queue and you'd like to have a fence built by Ibrahima's team, yeah, then please get in contact with me, BlaXit, info@blaxithome.com. So that's something that we can do. I know there was a couple of people that asked me for some local quotes, and I think I was behind with 2 of them, so I am going to get back on that. It's just that I've been trying to focus on a couple of other projects that I really had to focus on and try and finish, so I am trying to finish those, and so you can get back on track. So thank you for saying that. So just a tip, when you are coming, when you have bought your land, please try and put a local fence. You get a fencing permit and put a local fence, or put a brick fence, and really that means wall, yeah, wall, W-A-L-L, around the compound, or a local fence around the compound. I do not recommend you putting up a borehole on your land until you're ready to build, okay? I do not recommend it, yeah, or farming if you're not here, okay? I recommend you doing it because simply it's your pride and joy, and it is your land. So I would say secure it, and of course once you've secured that boundary, your land is pretty much safe. And if you don't have anything on it, you don't have anything to worry about. So you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, are my solar panels safe? Oh my gosh, is my water pump safe? Is, you know, my converter or whatever safe? So I would recommend that. So I just like to say that to everybody that has purchased land, please try and do that, okay? And I know everything takes time, and you know, we are trying to help with the process, and like I said, even us, we got backed up with some stuff, but we are moving forward. Easy to set up a bank account from the UK and apply for a tin. Yeah, it's easy. Certain banks actually used to have diaspora accounts. Echo Bank was one of them. So I've got to check to see if they are still doing that. So you was able to do that. In order to get a tin, you need to be here to get a tin number, simply because there's a form that you have to fill out and sign. But the tin is very easy to get. and you can get that from the Gambian Tax Authority, the GRA, Gambian Revenue Authority building, and there's one in, it's not far actually, it's just by, not Cursering, what's the area called again? It's not far from, Fajara. It's not far from Fajara. So you can do that. You can do that. We was doing TINs remotely, where people sending their passports and so on to us previously, but because of data protection that we put into place, we stopped that. Black on Purpose Television Network said, I want a location for her television network there. Young people love media and technology. They do, and there are media colleges here, so I'm sure that you will find talent that can help you. And I think it's a great idea to engage with the youth and work on youth projects here. I encourage it. I actively encourage it. It depends. Most of the land here is customary land. Yeah, I would say 80% of the land here is customary land. Yeah, but you can lease your land if you wish. And some land you can buy which is leasehold. It's just more expensive because of the involvement of the lawyers, which of course puts up the price. Black on Purpose TV says that it was like in Ghana where I was staying. I did kind of like the place. I wanted to say you're right. Hi Juliet from McConnell. Okay, so that's the Black Books Network. What's happening new with the Black Books Network? Please, McConnell, tell me, and please put the details so that everybody can join you on your next show. So please, please, please send me details of your next show, okay? Gosh, I'm sweating. I'm really sorry, but sweat is running in my eye. It's making me have blurred vision. Okay, so hi Juliet from McConnell. So McConnell, if you don't know, was the second cameraman with BlaXit. So, you know, he's veteran, BlaXit veteran. And McConnell has written a number of great books about Rastafari. He's also written great books about Gambia and about repatriation. So please, please, please do try and get in contact with the Black Book Show and give McConnell a shout and find out. He also promotes other Black authors. So if you write books and you'd like to get more exposure and network with other authors, he should be your first port of call. So please contact the Black Book Show. That is McConnell Sankofa. Okay, his name is McConnell Sankofa. He also does podcasts and he has his own radio show. He's doing incredibly well. He has his own podcast and he also is featured on other community radio shows like Galaxy and Luton Radio. So please, 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 you know, go and see him. He's also been featured on the news here on QTV and is becoming quite the star. I'm very proud of him and I'd like you definitely to support the cause with the Black Book Show. So thank you for McConnell for joining BlaXit, and of course we'll always big you up when you're going to join us, and let's do a show and catch up on how things have been going for you. So Mbanyik Senghor, that's a nice name. Mbanyik Senghor, greetings from Bristol. Hey, I haven't been to Bristol for ages. I used to go to Bristol Carnival. I used to go to St. Paul's. Sean and I, when we were together, had a friend called Rodney, who was a lawyer in Bristol as well. So big yourself up, Rodney, and the Bristol crew. And big yourself up, Mbanyik Senghor as well. So, Black on Purpose Television Network, BOP TV, you are politically correct. Ha ha ha. You're very funny. So, Mbanyik Senghor said, I visited Gunjur days ago and it is a beautiful place to live. Yay! You see, I told you. Sorry, that's a child in me coming out. I told you, I told you. So Patricia Matthew says, blessings, Juliet. How are you? Glad to see you again. Blessings to you, Patricia. And awesome to have you here on the live. Thank you so much for joining us. Jackie Alexander says, greetings. Lowski said, can I have your email, please? Yes, it's info@blaxithome.com. Seth, if you could just please put it in the comments for us, I'd appreciate it. And Patricia Matthew says, Juliet, whenever you get the chance, check out the Ebony Villas for our brothers and sisters who wish to repatriate to Africa, Gambia, and he's on the check it out because it's the rent-free for life. Yeah, I would like more information about it. I must confess, I'm not going to lie to you, I was sent information about it and I was slightly confused. Okay, I was slightly confused because I was trying to work out how this place is Mindful Life and how it actually works. Is it, you know, is it timeshare? What is it? Do I have a certain amount of time for life? You know, because I understand that you said it's free, but you know, I have this concept, and I was trying to get my head around it. And maybe it's because it is like a concept that I heard of before, or that I've been familiar with. So I would like to learn more about it, and maybe if you could, I watched a video, I think, so I would like more information because a lot of this stuff about cards and crypto go over my head, to be honest with you. Okay, so Roberto89 said, your signal is really bad, I'm afraid. I'll send a link for more information. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm sorry if the internet, I'm not in control of that, I'm afraid. So yes, I don't own the internet, but I would like to go back onto topic. So I'm going to just briefly, before I end the show, just go back onto topic. I do like to get all of your comments and to say hello to you. But I will talk about the fact that I think that we need to have a concerted effort, and we need to have a similar agreement to what Europeans have. When Europeans are promoting their country or their places or their people or their things, they generally have an unspoken agreement, which is that we're going to make sure that we keep it positive so that we can keep the revenue coming in. Okay, we're going to keep it positive, and we're going to keep it, you know, as light and varied as possible. Because if you notice, when you look at a lot of their soaps, their dramas, their films, their dated dramas and so on, they show themselves in the most, awesome way possible. And I think that we need to do the same with Africa. We need to show Africa in the most awesome way possible. I cannot tell people what to do on their channels. I cannot, dictate to anybody what they should do, but I do think that there should be an unspoken agreement among all content creators, particularly when we're hitting the subject of Africa, that we need to undo some of the negativity that's been done by the colonizers. And the only way that we're going to undo that damage is by focusing on the positive things. Because, there's so much stuff done on the negative. There's so much stuff over years and years and years done by mainstream media. Let's use social media to try and even the balance, don't you think? Don't we say enough bad things about each other, through envy and jealousy, insecurity, and, just hatred for each other? Don't we do enough of that already? Don't you think it's time for us to reverse the cycle and start to show each other love and happiness, and, go into, let's, promote one another in a positive way, say good things about each other in a great way, instead of trying to tear each other down and be that crab in a barrel. Let's try and change the mentality, because, they have their secret code. And we should also have our black code or African code, whatever you want to call it. But we need also to do that. That's so, so important for us, okay? That's really, really important, okay? That's all I'm saying, because if we start picking on, this small thing here, they've already picked on this large thing here. They've already picked Africa to bits. Can't we, as influencers, as content creators, all agree to say, okay, we know that Africa has its faults, but let's focus on the areas that, that show Africa in a great light, the lovely, beneficial, wonderful things about Africa, the things that need improvement. Let's work on them behind the scenes, so when we do put the camera on them, they're no longer a problem. How long have I been talking about pyrolysis? How long have I been talking about pyrolysis? Let's do a pyrolysis project and roll it out across all African nations. Yeah? There are so many rich, Africans, so many rich black people across the planet now. Come on. We can get together and roll out a pyrolysis project across Africa. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about when I'm talking about pyrolysis, pyrolysis is where, plastics is something that when it was introduced to Africa, Africa wasn't ready for it. Africa didn't have the recycling programs and systems and budgets as, other European nations or Africa has, or America has, or UK has. They didn't have them in place when plastics were introduced to Africa. So they introduced plastics to Africa without having a proper recycle, upcycle, regeneration or pyrolysis project in place. So what pyrolysis does is it breaks down the plastic to its original form. So that can be diesel, petrol, what's the other one that you put in the lamp beginning with K? Kerosene. Yeah, you can make pallets for the roads. You can, make bricks. You can do so many other things with it. And I have mentioned it on mainstream news here. If you go back onto BlaXit, you can see it during one of my rants about citizenship. But I did talk about it. So what I'm saying to you is that I think pyrolysis and having large stream pyrolysis plants should be rolled out. I know they have a big one in Ethiopia. So I'm saying to you that it's possible. So we just need to. So when we're talking about foreign investment, why can't we become the foreign investors? Why is it when we talk about foreign investors, most of the time they look, East Asian, or they look like they come from another nation, but they don't look like us. Why can't we become those foreign investors? There's 1.5 billion of us in the diaspora. Why aren't we the foreign investors? That's what I'm asking. That's what I want us to become. And out of those 1.5 billion, the amount of money that we spend consuming European products, if we was to put that to developing and helping our own people, what a difference that would make. That's what I'm saying. So, we got to stop taking to social media to say, oh, look at this rubbish. Why don't we go and put a plant in place to recycle it? Okay. Hello, Fiona. Hello, Ewan. How much did you pay for citizenship? Sorry. As I used to say, I used to watch this program. It used to come on Sundays. Alexander, I'm looking for land to buy. Can I have your contact details and email address? Yes. My email address is info at blaxithome.com. That's info@blaxithome.com. I'm going to go to Amarachi TV as well. I'm going to speak to Amarachi TV. So Jackie Alexander, please give me an email, info@blaxithome.com. That's info at BlaXit, BlaXithome.com. Okay, so Seth, if you could put that on the screen for me, please, the email address. So Amarachi TV says, hello, Juliet. Can you please provide me with a telephone contact for you? Yes, if you email me, I will send you my telephone contact. Okay, I got some, let's say, some heavy breathing and sexually natured calls the last time I put it out on social media. I had some unwanted affections, let's say. So pros, positives. So thank you for a positive response to my questions. Oh, sorry. Thank you for your response. You hear that? Positive. I added that in. Thank you for your response to my questions. Keep up the good work informing the diasporas as to what is possible in the Gambia. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, Gambia is on a real development, trajectory. There's lots and lots and lots of development happening here, and it's a very, very positive thing, and it is really needed. So I'm grateful for it. Okay, so Amarachi, I just gave out the email address. It's info@blaxithome.com. Okay, Fiona Jello said hello, Nancho. Hello, Fiona. How are you? Bessaru Minte said, I have a small plot and I've already fenced my land. Well done. Sorry, what's this? Okay, can you ask him just to put the email address on, please? Okay, I'm going to be going very shortly because I'm over time. Fiona, thank you, Amarachi TV. Fiona Jello, I hate the racism in the US and I cannot wait to go back home and to check on my investments. Oh, I know it's difficult, okay? I know it's difficult, but you will make it back and you will check, okay? And I know, especially with what's been happening recently in America, it's just crazy. The racism, I don't even know. Sometimes I'm like, I put on my phone and I just think, you know, what is going to be next? Do you know what I mean? When I saw what they did to the young boy, and the poor young Jamaican boy had heart attack. How can you torment someone to that point? That gives them heart failure, and a young boy, just a young teenage boy, young Jamaican boy, had only been there for 2 years. Now, that's why I say, you know, we have to turn on we have to come out, come out to them players. Yeah, come out to them players. I definitely will do that. Patricia says so many stores in the US is closing down and so many of us are looking towards the continent. Everyone's looking towards the continent. You know, even when they made that film, I forget what it's called. The one where the world was and they had that big ship and everybody went in that big ship. Where did they go to? Africa. I think they've been trying to tell you for a long time, just that we ain't clued up. We're not watching the hints, yeah? Every one of those films, nearly every single one of them, where did they end up? Africa. Yeah, even the one with the train, the series that was on Netflix with the train, the snow, what do you call it? I've forgotten what it's called. The snow lancer, snow something. And where do they end up? They end up in Africa. Okay? So they put it in front of your face. It's just that, you know, we have to take action. And it means even if it's slowly, paying off slowly, get your land so you've got an alternative somewhere to go. If it's not for you, do it for the next generation. Yeah, do it for the next generation. So Remat, I didn't steal any money from anybody. You know what? I wish these spam people would go and just leave us alone. You know, this is probably a European, a European who's trying to stop us from coming home, okay? This is what they do. This is what they do. I wouldn't be here doing what I was doing if anything that they claimed was true. Yeah? It's untrue. And that nothing, I wouldn't want anything for anybody else that I wouldn't want for myself, okay? I really wouldn't. And so, whoever you are, Urema, can you please, let me just ask you to stop this, because it's really unfair. The slander that they've done to me and the smear campaign that they've done to me is just totally and wholly unfair, okay? And it's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. We always want to find, I told you that BlaXit is a love-free zone, okay? So what we need to do is to stay positive, yeah? That I know, you know, once you're a black woman doing stuff, yeah? You know what I found funny is that these masculines in female energy, because that's what I have to call them, because they gossip, I don't know how they talk. You find that the majority of people that came out to attack me online were black males. Yes. And they will probably pay, they will probably agents, as they always are, because they pay them to attack us. And people that are money hungry, that's what they do. They will go out and they will do it. They've got no conscience at all because they're paid agents. That's what they do. They're misinformation agents. That is their job. So the misinformation agents that are in the comments here, yeah, please find yourself somewhere else, okay? I don't have any clients with your name, and none of us sold any land to you, okay? I know the name of nearly every single client that I've dealt with, yeah? We have records of everybody, okay? And your name is not on it, so please go somewhere else. I know you're probably European, unemployed, yeah? Go and do something with your life and come off of this channel, because this is not where you belong, okay? This is not your channel, this is not your frequency, and this is not for you. Yeah, this is not about your repatriation to Africa. This is about our journey to Africa. There are so many channels on YouTube dedicated to whatever you want to do. Go on that channel and do whatever you want to do, but this isn't the place for you, and you don't need to come on here and tell lies, okay? I will not have it anymore. I will not have it anymore. I've had enough, and I'm not standing in silence either. Yeah, take yourself, yeah, onto another channel and try and destroy somebody else, because you're not gonna impact me, okay? Anything that has ever come up with anybody regarding land, we have systems in place to make sure that there is a resolution in place, and we seek a resolution. If ever there's a problem, we seek a resolution. That is how we solve our issues. And we use Ubuntu. We put ourselves in a position of our clients, and it's in our contract, Ubuntu. It's in our contract, okay? We have a contract, and everybody that works with us has a contract. Yeah, that's how we do things. I didn't study law for no reason. So take yourself and go onto one of those other channels with people that are just like you. How's that? Next. Lowski, no need to explain yourself, Julia. The hate will come, but never give it attention to it. Just keep positive. And yeah, I'm keeping positive, but I just want people to know that this is, you know, a vibration. And for me, I just need to always make sure that we clear the air and move on, because it's important. It's important that people know that we have systems, that, you know, people are given contracts, and that everything is legal and above board. It's very, very important that that happens. Yeah. And we do try and hold people to account, because it's very important. So Fiona Jalla says, Mr. Jalla can come on again to talk about the Busra development. Yeah, of course. Like I said, Fiona, I can talk about the Busra development, and I was actually earlier on. If you was on live, you would have heard me talk about it. I'm very happy to talk about it, and I did talk about some of the new developments there and what is going on there. So you can talk to me about it, because I have been quite active recently, and I have been there recently. Patricia Matthews says, block negative people, Julia. Thank you. I did ask Seth to block, but I think Seth just put them in timeout, but he should have blocked that person. Seth? Okay. Seth, next time just block them, okay? Seth? I think he's doing something. But anyway, this is going to take the live to a close. So I'm just going to talk about the topics quickly, just to say that we need to be the foreign investors in Africa, okay? They want to talk about foreign investors. Why don't we become those foreign investors with foreign currency? And that's what I'm talking about. Let's take their foreign currency and let's invest it back into Africa, okay? Until we can have an African currency, you know, one that is across Africa, you know, with the united empires of Africa. Once we can have the united empires of Africa, that would be amazing. And if we could have our one currency across Africa, that would be amazing. But until then, let's become the foreign investors. And when I say the foreign investors, we take the foreign currencies, yeah, and we invest those foreign currencies that we're earning in the West, and we invest them back in Africa. That's what I'm saying, and that is my foreign investment policy, okay? Is that we should take from the West and put it back into the best, and that is Africa, in my view, okay? And the second thing is is that I think that what we need to also do is to, hold people that are denigrating Africa accountable, including me. Yeah. If you think that I say something which, is not warranted, then tell me. Okay? Write to me, hold me accountable. But I think we all need to hold people accountable because we have enough negativity said about the 54 African countries. We have enough. They do a great job. Western media do a great job of destroying the reputation and the image of Africa and tarnishing us as Africans. It's time for us to love ourselves, love our image, love where we come from, love who we are, love what we are, love our heritage, love our lineage, and also, of course, love our ancestors and love Africa and love what is African and embrace it. Leave them with their Eurocentric stuff, okay? And let's embrace our African stuff. That's all I gotta say. Yeah? And if you see someone destroying it, then let's rebuild it. Okay? Let's be positive and let's rebuild it. And remember this, yeah? We have to love each other more. I love you, okay? I love you. That's genuinely in my heart. I'm going to say it to you. I love you. And we need to be able to say it to our children. We need to be able to say it to the people around us more. We need to embrace ourselves more. We need to really start to bring ourselves up so we can get ourselves out. Because that is the frequency that you need to get out, okay? You have to love Africa to get out. You have to love yourself to get out. That's what changes the trajectory of your situation. Is that self-love. You'll find, like, if you hang out with people and all they want to do is look down on other people, yeah? All they want to do is say negative things about other people. All they want to do is tell lies on other people. All they want to do is smear other people. All they want to do is do bad against other people, yeah? Those low vibrational, energies you don't need to have in your vicinity, that toxic energy you don't need to have. When you want to come, when you want to land, when you want to build, those are all positive energies. When you want to invest, that's positive energy. And you've got to have that love. So let's land on that love vibration. My love vibration, like I said, I ask you to subscribe, I ask you to like, I ask you to share. But let's love each other, okay? Okay, thank you, Remy. So Remy Miranda said, ignore the haters, Juliet, and don't let them ruin your life. Thank you so much. Thank you. Remy, I'm going to be honest with you. When you've had nearly 4 years of just attack after attack after attack, it gets a little bit boring, to say the least. It gets a bit boring. And the thing is that we have a legal department, with lawyers that can resolve any issues. So if they have an issue, they just write to us and it's sent to our legal department to deal with. And it's resolved. It's not a problem. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. So if someone has an issue, all they do is email us and then it goes on to our department. We have a fantastic lawyer here, in fact, more than one, that deals with any legal issues. We're just like any other organization. We just tackle things as they should be tackled. So I'm glad that I was able to say this today, so people at least know the process, okay? Anyone who's bought anything from us will have a legally binding contract, and they will have, receipt of payment. So we will be able to trace that. In fact, I will tell you the story of someone who went out of their way. Yeah, this is one of the traps that they tried to set me up in, in order to try and, say goodbye to yours truly. Honestly, if I tell you some of the things that they've tried to stop me from encouraging you to repatriate, encouraging you to come to Africa, you'd say, Juliet, why are you doing it? I'm doing it because I love you. I'm doing it because I want you to be happy too. I'm doing it because it's a better life for us. I'm doing it because this is my life purpose and I'm living on my life purpose. We are divine beings. We are divine beings. And when you come to Africa, you embrace that divinity more than you do in the West, because it's not a representation of who you are being there. Yeah, so you lose your divinity. And I want you to embrace that divinity, embrace that self-love. Okay? And that's so, so important. And congratulations to you and happy birthday to you. So happy birthday to you, Patricia. Yeah, I hope you had a wonderful day. Yeah, Black on Purpose said, do you have any land I could buy for commercial residential? Yes, yes. Actually, there is one in Gunjur that is one compound away from the highway, which is not far from where the new city and the new eco development is. So yeah, we do have one, and we battle to get the price much lower than the commercial price as well. So we're very proud of that one. So I'm just saying happy birthday to you, Patricia Matthews. And Marachi TV says happy birthday, Patricia. And Chelsea Stoner said, I wish I could leave America and migrate to Africa. Wishes become reality. That's what I've got to tell you, Chelsea. And the difference between a wish and reality is a plan. Okay, the difference between a wish and reality is a plan. Okay, so let's get all of our plans going. Yeah, don't forget to do what I said, to put on your wall, your vision board, and what you want. Okay, and start to plan with us. Okay. Oh, it doesn't matter if it's quiet. It's about having a smile on your face, my darling. Yeah. Remy Miranda said, same man, but it's hard right now, darling. Yeah, not easy. You know what? We've all had our ups and downs, hon. Okay, and I know how hard it is. I'm not going to pretend that it's not a struggle. Yeah, but it gets easier. That's what I've got to tell you. Yeah, it gets easier. And once you, like I said, engage with your ancestors, okay? Engage with your ancestors. Do that. You know, your grandma, your great-grandma, your great-aunt, you know, your parents, whoever. Engage with them because, you know, I always had this you know, innate feeling that I was always connected. And whenever I came through a hardship, I would always ask them for help, you know, or, you know, go to your spirit guides, you know, go to your God, go to Allah, go to Jesus, go to Jehovah, you understand? Go to Yeshua, go to wherever you find your inspiration. Go to the divine feminine, okay? Go to your divine parents. Go to the Most High, you know, God and Goddess. Go do whatever, you know, helps to keep you focused, and, you know, it serves as your inspiration, and ask for guidance, okay? Ask for guidance, okay? And so, Chelsea, that's the reason why there's 54 countries, and there are some countries that have excellent new hospitals, yeah, and in different countries. So South Africa being one of them, actually. My daughter was telling me a lot about South Africa recently. So, you know, it's not always, I'm saying come to Gambia. I'm saying that you have to go with what suits your needs, okay? So Mustafa Dawda said, right now I'm in Germany passing through racism and discrimination in my workplace, and I love your courageous advice. I'm planning to return home very soon. Yeah, the main thing with racism in the workplace, I faced it too. I had to sue 2 workplaces when I was in the UK. I took them to employment tribunal because of racism. And the one thing I'll tell you is keep evidence, okay? Note, take everything. Take notes on everything. Keep evidence, keep recordings. And the reason why I say recordings, because a lot of things are said which are unconscious and conscious bias, and sometimes if you've got a person who's always racist to you, always saying racist things, and sometimes it's the only way you can get that evidence of them doing it to you. I'm not saying to go around recording people, everybody, okay? So just in case you're going to say, oh, Juliet said to go around recording people. No, I didn't say that. What I am saying is that it's a particular person, yeah, and who's giving you microaggressions, okay? Unconscious and conscious bias, direct and indirect, racism, then they're giving you racist comments. It's usual verbal or actions. Like I said, the way to do it is to record it, film it, or record the voice, because it's the way to get that evidence. And start a diary of incidents, so you have evidence, and make sure you have witnesses, because that's the only way in which you will beat them. Okay, because a lot of workplaces, although they're vicariously liable for their employees, sometimes they will help, particularly if they're racist, they will help to cover up the actions of their racist employees, because they don't want to be liable. They don't want to be held accountable. Recently, a sister, good friend of mine, was saying to me that one of her children had experienced racism at work, to the extent that he was actually hit. So that's how bad it can get. So don't suffer in silence, is what I'm saying to you. There is a law in place there, and although the law might not protect you, it can be used to compensate you. Okay, it might not be able to protect you, but you can use it to compensate you, because in both cases, I was compensated, one more so than the other, in fact, but I won. So that's what I've got to say, is that don't suffer fools gladly. Don't allow, fight it at all times. Do you understand? You have your spirit team, you have your ancestors there to help and guide you. You're not on your own, and you're not alone. And BlaXit is here. I had a lot of years in HR, so I'm quite happy to share that information with you. I studied quite a lot of law, so I'm quite happy to share that with you, any information that I can give. I'm not so familiar on German law, because German law is different. But there are European guidelines, okay? There are European guidelines and standards that everybody has to stand by. There's also the Geneva Convention. There's many different legal guidelines that people have to work within. Of course, the Convention on Human Rights as well. So just a throwaway comment. So something about Fiona. Okay, happy birthday everyone. So last comment, I haven't read this comment by Moira Muhatan. Hello BlaXit, greetings from Hawaii, where I'm currently staying for the time being, but I will surely move to Africa soon enough, and I cannot wait to see my beautiful homeland once again. Oh, how beautiful. I hope you're enjoying yourself wherever you are in Hawaii as well. Be safe there, okay? Yes. Fiona, the answer is yes. Okay, so let me explain the Tubab. Tubab means someone who's not from the country. It took me a while to find that out, in fact, and how I found it out is that I was doing some research, because I wanted to find out why, like, I was with a friend who was incredibly, let's say, who looked more Mandinka, and, my complexion is lighter, her complexion is much darker than me, and she was here on holiday, and they called her a Tubab. So I said, but you look Mandinkan, yeah? And she hadn't opened her mouth, so they wouldn't know. We were flying through in a car, and they were chasing Tubab, Tubab. And so I thought it was me, and then we got out, and they said, hello, Tubab, to her. And so I realized, and then when I discussed it with someone, they told me, no, it was someone who is not born here, basically. It's a foreigner. So it's not quite what I thought it meant. Yeah, so I had to stand corrected on that. So I stand corrected that is basically what it meant. I thought it meant just a white person, but apparently it doesn't. So I stand corrected, okay? So it's mainly the children that do it. Yeah, exactly, because they're told that that's what foreigners are. So anyway, I'm going to end on this note to say thank you so much for joining me. It has been wonderful. And remember, yeah, we have to be the improvement that we wish to see. You know, we need to be the investors that make the changes that we want to see. We need to be the positive representation of Africa that we want to be and that we want to see, sorry. We need to be the positive representation of Africa that we want to see. And I think that's just fair enough, because we're going to destroy Africa and the reputation and the image of Africa for some money from, you know, an online platform. Is it worth it? You know, but you have sellouts. You have sellouts everywhere, and that's just the fact. So we have to, those that, you know, some of us have to compensate for those people that are quite happy to sell our own people down the Swanee just for, you know, a bit of YT money. Okay. So, okay, Oluwasola, yeah, Ola Jamoki, hello, I hope I said your name correctly. So, hello, Oluwasola, Ola Jamoki, Juliet is genuine, buy your land from her. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I do my best, thank you very much. It's not easy sometimes. Mariah said hopefully they will stop sooner or later, because when I went to Africa for the first time, I had the same problem. They will surely get used to you. Absolutely. I think that I don't take it to heart anymore. I don't take it to heart anymore. I just see it as ignorance. And that is something that we have to change. Why don't you write a play called We're Not Two Babs and, you know, run it around all the schools? You know, why don't someone write a book? Maybe I ought to publish a children's book and put it in all of the schools, who knows, saying We're Not Two Babs, and explain our history. Maybe I will do that once I've finished my BlaXit book. Maybe I'll do that. You know, that's a way in which we can educate. That's the way in which we can change. Yeah, don't just worry about it, and we'll get used to it in time. But like I said, anyway, you know, that's the least of my worries, to be honest with you. My main concern is, you know, knowing that there's a lot of things going to happen on the horizon. And I keep saying, and I don't want to scaremonger anybody, but I will say you need to be in an environment where you can control the water that you drink and the food that you eat. Okay? You need to be in that environment, because, you know, at least here, you know, they were trying to even flood certain parts of Africa with toxic pesticides, and thank goodness, you know, and fertilizers, and thank goodness that, you know, in some regions that was stopped. So that's why I say come and grow what you eat and eat what you grow. Get your land, okay, and do that, and just try and eat, you know, clean, good food and drink clean, good water, okay, that you have control over. As you know, I put out I shared a story about what was happening in Devon and Cornwall recently with the parasite in the water. Okay, so I've tried to tell you all, I'm trying to explain to you without, you know, going into too much detail, so I don't get strike or banned or whatever, you know, or have negative things said about me, because I'm exposing the truth or what the future's going to be. But, you know, I'm just saying to you, you need to change your environment, and you need to make plans, because the future that they see, the future that we should have, is two different things. Okay, just go and look at some of those futuristic films and ask you, is that the future that you want for yourself and your family? If it's not, then start to make plans to get out of their vision of the future. Okay? Start to make plans to get out of their vision of the future. Give your future generations choice. I don't care if it's a zinc house, you know, if it's a local, you know, clay hut. Get out. If that's all you can afford, do what you can afford. Here, that so inspired me. She built her zinc house and didn't care. She was out of America, and that was it. And she's building up her place, a beautiful place, you know, gradually. But she's living in her zinc house, and she's out and she's happy. And I think, you know, she's a story for us all. Okay, so I'd like to say thank you so much for joining. Yeah. I want to say thank you so much. And oh, Benny, Manfrey Maroon, you just joined. I'm so glad I hadn't stopped yet, so I get to say hi to you. How you doing, Benny? How's life? You got any questions for me quickly before I go? Because I was just about to end the live, okay? Do you have any questions for me before I go? Is there anything you want to know? I was born and raised in Gambia, and I'm living in Gambia, and I think it's something people call themselves out of ignorance, but I'm sure they'll improve on that. It's very strange though. Yeah, it is. Blessings, everyone. Get out and live off what money went to. Fiona, there are so many people with businesses here. Whether it's a dry cleaning business, whether it's a food business, whether people are making clothes and bags and exporting them to America. Get out of your own head, sweetheart. Yeah? Fiona, I don't know who you are, really, behind this mask. But get out of your own head. Okay? Get out of your own head. These are self-limiting beliefs that you're creating for yourself. Why create them? Why can you live in one country and earn an income? Why can't you live in another country and earn an income? Aren't there thousands, millions of people all earning an income wherever you are? Why can't there, and there are thousands of people earning income where you are? Why don't you come and farm? Why don't you come and construct eco projects? Why don't you come and do a pyrolysis project? Why don't you come and teach these children about, who we are and what we are? Why don't you come and make yourself useful? Get out of your own head and be positive and look forward in a positive way. Okay? So no, I'm good, Benny. Basically, the topic that we were talking of today was about foreign investment, and I really switched that up. And also we were talking about people that are, defaming Africa in a really bad way, slagging off Africa online and saying, we need to have an unspoken oath where we try and uphold the image of Africa in the same way that Europeans uphold their image of their own countries, okay, especially in the media. They have an unspoken oath, and we need to have the same. And then I was talking about the fact that we should become our own foreign investors and take the foreign currency and foreign investor and invest it in Africa. So that's what I was saying. And on that note, let's all become foreign investors, taking that foreign currency and investing it in Africa. Okay, let's all do that. Let's all take that foreign currency that our ancestors, blood, sweat and tears taken from. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you until next week. And I'll see you then. Okay, if you've got any, I'll try and do another live in between if I can, because there was a lot of things that I wanted to get to say. I have a whole sheet of paper and I didn't get through any of them. Well, no, that's not true. I got through about the first 3, but not the majority of them. So I might have to come and rekindle this. So Ashe. Okay, and a good night. Love you all. Take care. One Love Bla Xit Family. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and share. Okay, everywhere. And Fiona, less of the insults, sweetheart. If there's a misunderstanding, no one needs to be delusional, okay? Because they always say, put a mirror to it, okay? Put a mirror to it, okay? Take care. Good night.